guys, and happy Taurus new moon. This week we are covering from the Taurus new moon today on May 15th all the way to the first quarter moon in Virgo on May 21st. So the new moon is when the sun and the moon are in the same spot. The sun is the ego, and it's the heart, and it's the desire, it's the spotlight. The moon is the emotion, it's the inner child, it's the needs you have on a very deep core level. And so when these energies are syncing up, it's a great time to really get aligned with the things that bring you the most joy, the things that take care of your most basic needs and make your heart sing. And with this Taurus energy, it's very much about being committed. It's very much about really weighing and see what makes the heart sing and planting your roots in that energy. Taurus is a very positive, good energy. It's like a garden. It wants things to grow. So the new moon's about setting intentions and stripping back and going within and really deciding what do you want carrying forward. And this Taurus new moon is it's such a beautiful energy for setting intentions for the things we want in our life. And doing that right now is a great energy to really step into. And then on the first quarter moon, we have essentially the moon gets closer and closer to the full moon, and it's halfway between the new moon and the full moon. And the full moon's about the culmination of what we just planted with the new moon. And so the first quarter moon is about the stepping stones are getting us to that full moon culmination. So it's a lot about foundations and giving what you're building the right energy it needs to grow. And it's in Virgo. And so this is going to be about breaking things down into the systems, the routines, the structures that work best for you. Tuning into little details and what they're telling you. A lot of times we have expectations for things we want, and so we try to force things to fit into that container. That's not what this is about. It's about listening to the needs and what they're telling you. What do you need on a small day-to-day level, and how can you use that to do what you're here to do? That's what the first quarter moon's about, and that will help get this Taurus things that we're setting the intentions for rolling and getting them to grow, because we've started to give them the routine that helps them grow. The moon is going to go from Taurus, which is the committing to what we want, into Gemini on the 15th, the same day as the new moon. And Gemini is a little bit more movement oriented. It's a little bit social, communicative, expressive. So we're going to start wanting to express the things we commit to. It's a great time to talk to your friends, the people who are going to support you and hold you and kind of honor what you're coming up with, and giving some thought to what you're doing. And Gemini energy is good too. If you have a couple different projects you want to do, you can focus on a couple different things and get that done. Then on the 17th, we have the moon moving into Cancer, which will be a lot more about taking care of the basic needs and nurturing. A lot of what this first quarter moon is going to be about too. And so spend time doing that. You know, you might be more sensitive, but this is a great time to just take care of your needs and feel at home and rest and take care of you. Then on the 19th, the moon goes into Leo, which is a lot more expressive and self-oriented and creative. So this is a great time to really just like let that heart shine. The things you wanted to set intentions for with the new moon, let that really express in a full and passionate way. And then we have the Virgo moon on the 21st, the same day as the first quarter moon, which is going to open up the door for us to start breaking things down and creating a system that helps things flow in a really positive direction. For the transits, we have a lot of planets changing signs, which is a really fun thing to go through. It'll be major shifts people feel. On the 15th, you've heard about it already if you've been watching videos or just stuck around the page, but Uranus is going into Taurus. So Uranus energy is awakening, it is innovative, it's future oriented, it's social, it's group oriented. It's been in Aries for the past 7 years. So it's been a lot of awakening to our path, and you've basically, where you thought you were going to be 7 years ago is nowhere where you are now, but where you are is still perfect and so much more true to what's here for you. And if you're in a point of crisis or change is kind of scaring you, think about what gifts this change is bringing you and how you can use it for your benefit, because that's what Uranus energy is all about. But as it moves into Taurus, we're going to awaken to the way we commit to things, to the way we value things, money, resources, physical things we have that can help aid us in life. And this is a great time too to get really creative with what you can do with what you have. And let that message sink in on so many levels. Using what you have, how can you get creative in a way to do the things you really want to do? Because as we've awakened to our path, an easy thing to do is like, I know I'm meant to do this, but I don't have what I need to do it. I'm not there yet. I can't do it. And the thing is, you can, you will, and this time right now, this next 7 years is going to be about figuring out how to do that and getting really creative with the way you approach your building. On the 16th, and tomorrow, we have Mars going into Aquarius. So Mars is your action energy. It's your physical energy. It is your ability to just do things for you, put yourself out in the world, assert yourself. It's your identity, your independence, and if you're ever angry, it's Mars. With it being an Aquarius, our action energy is going to be a little bit unexpected, which is similar to that Uranus and Taurus energy. You can't really expect certain things out of you in a very routine and traditional way. You're kind of going to start breaking the mold of action, and this is going to essentially change up the way you are doing things in a way that can help bring in this newness that we're solidifying with the Uranus and Taurus transit. And so with whatever comes up, just really embrace what your energy says it can do and it wants to do, because it's going to lead you in the direction you need to go. Even if you don't physically know that that's a good thing, it knows. So trust your instincts and trust that new energy. And with doing things unexpectedly, with diving into the innovative energy, it's a very new face to it all. So with this, be patient with yourself, and when a risk feels good, don't be afraid to go for it. Find that courage. Go for it and stick with it. The same day we have Mars square Uranus, because Aquarius and Taurus are square, and since they both entered, they're both at the very beginning of those signs. So Uranus and Mars are going to be square. So during this day, try to find some consciousness to really feel into what's going on. The more you get distracted, the more the unexpected might happen. So really focus on consciousness and listen to, what is this tension, what is this excitement, what is this energetic portal of either accidents or miracles opening up, like awakening energy. Like, what does this want from me? What does this want me to do? How can I treat this energy in the most positive way? Do that, and that will kind of help move you through that transit. But if you don't get the chance to do that, expect a little bit of unexpected things happening. Keep your schedule a little bit flexible during that day, because you don't know what's going to come up. But it doesn't have to be a bad thing. If you think it's going to be a good thing, it will be. So trust that. Then on the 18th, we have Mercury trine Saturn retrograde. So the Mercury is your mind, the way you think, communicate, and express. Saturn is your building energy, your structure, your discipline. When it's retrograde, it's been a lot more internal. But right now, Mercury's in Taurus, so we're really slowing down with what we're building. And that's a very wonderful energy to kind of step into, because as Saturn is building for the long term, taking consideration in what we do each and every day is super valuable for getting things done in a positive way that, like, your future self's going to be happy that you did that in that way. So really just on the 18th, just whatever you're building, just know it's going to pay off later. So just let that flow. Then on the 19th, we have Venus, the planet of love, relationships, attraction, luxury, beauty, aesthetic, moving into Cancer. And Cancer is very much a comfort level energy, a family energy. It's more sensitive, more private. It likes to be able to trust before it really jumps in, but it's also very emotionally oriented. So during this time, relationships are going to feel a lot more like they're home oriented. You're going to feel more at home with somebody. However, watch out for if your needs are not being taken care of by someone else. Take care of them yourself rather than getting kind of snappy at them. Watch out for being overly dependent on your partner. Balance your own emotions, and then with that balanced emotion, meet other people rather than expecting someone else to kind of take care of your emotions. Find that inner balance first. That will go a long way. And then later that day, Venus is going to sextile Uranus. So sextile is a very positive energy, but you have to put in a little bit of work to make it kind of flow. So with Uranus and Taurus kind of saying, how do we commit to our path and our values, and how do we use our resources to do what we're here to do, it invokes a certain degree of independence and ability to kind of take care of yourself. And when you dive into that energy, that will help you with the emotional balance side of your relationships, because if your path involves really stepping things up, then taking care of your own emotions will be a part of that, so that when you meet the other people, you're not going to feel very dependent on them. But just take time to strengthen that and give yourself what you need, and then meet other people. Then on the 20th, we have the sun moving into Gemini. And so the sun changes signs every 30 days roughly. And the sun is that heart, that self-expression. It's the sign that everybody knows. If you know your sign, if someone asks you what's your sign at a party, and you say Gemini, this is you, your birthday's coming up the next month or so. But so happy birthday, Geminis. But when the sun moves into another sign, the spotlight of the general focus kind of shifts. So we've been in Taurus, which is about that commitment, the stability, that really deciding what do we want, and then putting all our energy into that. And when it's in Gemini, it's like, all right, we know what we want. Let's have a little fun with things. Let's talk to people. Let's explore. Let's learn. And let's see what the world has to offer. And so that energy is what we're stepping into. The heart wants to communicate more, express more, and learn more, and do more things, and just get out in the community and try something new, get some movement. And so that's what we're going to be stepping into. And then on the 21st, we have that first quarter moon of finding the routines that work for us. And we've had so much information come up this week about us, about our path, about what we're doing, about things we need to adjust and change and be aware of and acknowledge and expand to fill. And so really considering and giving time to make your routine your own. Make it what works for you. Of course, we have certain things that, you know, are blocked into our schedule that we can't move around. That's okay. Knowing what's fixed there, how can you use your mutable time, the time that is flexible, in a way that better serves you? Whether it's 15 minutes in the morning to do something that you've been dying to do for you, whether it's 30 minutes to, you know, take care of yourself and rest, whether it's 5 minutes or 30 seconds of deep breathing before you go get on that phone call or work with a client, or whatever it is you do. If you go into shop, like in your break room, whatever you can do to kind of bring that stillness, that calm, that peace, whatever, if that's what you need, then do that. Whatever it is you need, see how you can fit it in a 5-minute chunk, because we can all find 5 minutes of our day for something to kind of invest in ourselves. So just do that, and that will kind of have a lot of ripple effects when it comes to creating what you want to create, because we're stepping into this new path and we're committing to this new path, and that means changes, and that's where the routine changes come into play, because we have to change things to change things on a bigger level. We have to change on the small to change the big. So I hope everybody, I hope this helped so much. I hope that the energy here makes sense and you can use this week to your advantage. It's a very potent time. There's a lot of change going on, and there's a lot more movement. We've been feeling stuck for so long, and that's not going to last. And to sum it up, there's tons of changes this week. Take care of you, balance your emotions, understand what you need, enjoy the good things in life, and really just focus on building what you want. And don't be afraid of the change. Don't look back. Something that me and a friend have been saying to each other. Don't look back. That's something, a message she got too for herself specifically, that she shared with me, and so I think I'm going to share that with you too. Don't look back. If you have any questions, please let me know. I also do forecast reports. If you would like one of those, leave a comment, or I can put the information in the description as well. But I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and until next time, bye-bye.